Hello, my name is Nicholas Kraus, and I chose the development track this semester. I created an immersive virtual reality game that quizzes the user about beginner computer science concepts in a rapid-fire fashion. But first, I want to discuss my research before jumping into the game itself. Virtual reality has been around for many years. Some can say as early as 1929 with the making of the first flight simulator. However, because of the lack of technology, VR hasn't really been popular or effective in an entertainment standpoint to the public. I think most people weren't even really aware of virtual reality until very recently when Oculus Rift was bought by Facebook in 2014, and the headset was actually released earlier this year. Now, VR has been gaining momentum and all different companies are making head-mounted displays, with the cost ranging from as cheap as about $5-7 for a Google Cardboard or other third-party basic headset, all the way up to $800 for the HTC Vive. And this doesn't even include the cost of accessories or hardware required to run this more advanced headset. Ultimately, the cost could well exceed a couple $1,000s. In order to make this game accessible to as many people as possible, I've chosen to make the application be supported by Google Cardboard headsets or other third-party ones that are cheap. Google claims a VR Cardboard headset requires either an Android smartphone with version 4.1 or higher, or an Apple iOS smartphone with version 8.0 or higher. Now, Apple developers only claim that 3% of all iPhone users don't meet the necessary version requirements. The same goes for Android. 92% of American adults own a cell phone, and 68% of them own a smartphone, which is roughly twice the amount in 2011. Recently, 52.6% of US smartphone owners use Android and 42.7% use iOS, and globally, 87.8% of the population uses Android and 11.5% uses iOS. In a survey of over 1,000 kindergarten and 12th grade teachers, 85% claim VR would have a positive effect on their students. 36% of teachers expect their school or district to adopt virtual reality in less than 5 years, but 28% think it will never happen. In regards to computer science education in general, parents highly value it and think it's a good use of resources at their children's school. However, school and district administrators do not perceive a high level of demand for computer science education. This could be due to low availability and budget for computer science teachers. In fact, the number of computer science AP exams has decreased by 33%. According to a survey conducted by Google in 2010, they claim that 98% of CS majors were exposed to it prior to college. And those that major in CS are more likely to have a CS class offered in their high school. Now, CS, or computer-related jobs, has a projected growth rate of 17%, which is a lot higher than the average growth rate for all occupations, which is only 7%. There seems to be some skepticism about game-based learning, but many people have conducted studies and it is actually shown to improve cognitive learning outcomes along with intrapersonal and interpersonal outcomes. Games can also help students retain what they've learned, and it provides effective and motivating learning environments regardless of students' gender. Also, in multimedia environment with abundant stimuli, curiosity and achievement are positively correlated. And here is a list of references. And now onto the game. When the user first opens the application, they are presented with a menu with 4 options or categories, as seen here. The user can also toggle VR mode, so that if they don't have a headset, they can play the game. Notice that there is a reticle that will show your progress when you click and hold on a menu option, as seen when I click on conversions. This is the conversions menu. This menu also has 4 options. Not all menus have 4 options, but this one does. The user can toggle VR mode or go back to the home main menu. Now, if I click binary to decimal, it brings me to a tutorial. This is the binary to decimal conversions tutorial It gives you just a short description about what binary number is. If I click on next, it brings me to another screen where it shows me how to convert. And once I hit I'm ready, then it brings me to the actual game. The player starts off traveling along a small road within a house for 3 minutes. There's different scenery for each new question to keep the game as interesting and visually pleasing as possible. Every 10 or so seconds, the user is prompted with a question. Once a user figures out the answer, he or she can shoot one of the targets and it will shatter. If it is the correct answer, the target that shatters will be green. If it is wrong, it will be red. Also, the score will increase if the user is correct and of course decrease when the user is incorrect. I also added the feature that once a user shoots one target, he or she is not able to shoot the other two. After those 10 seconds are up, a new question along with a new set of targets will appear and the old targets and question will disappear. Eventually, the questions will get harder. For example, the amount of binary numbers in the question will increase from 2 to 3 or 3 to 4. After 3 minutes has expired or after 20 questions, the user will be done with the game and be brought back to the main menu and can choose another game type. And that about wraps up my game. Thank you for watching.